Bring on the playoffs. The postseason has arrived in high school football. The top seed had byes this week. There's still plenty of great matchups here in the week one of the playoffs.
Yeah, let's start in 6A. Riverton hosting Pleasant Grove. What a defensive battle this was. PG with the ball, but they fumble the handoff, and Jonas Riddle pounces on it. Riddle me this. But the Vikings get it back, and they turn it over again. Quarterback Connor Cameron picked off by Mason Dunfield. He takes this one all the way back for a 20-yard pick six. Riverton on top. Silverwolves get it back. Quarterback Andrew Nielsen just weaving his way through the PG defense. Nobody open, so he just takes off for about 30 yards, and that set up one of the best catches of the week. Nielsen to Tonga Tafisi. Look at this. One-handed bobbling. Hauls it in. That was insane, and it proved to be the game winner. The final score, 14-7. Riverton moves on. They'll take on Skyridge next week.
Hey, the only other 6A game tonight, Westlake welcomes in Copper Hills, and what a game for Westlake running back Nusi Taumapeo. Goes right at the gut like a gazelle, gracefully leaps into the end zone.
Fancy.
Back come the Grizzlies, though. Quarterback Maverick Bowles swings it over to Noah Haraldson. Look at him bust through some tackles. He stays on his feet, takes this thing 33 yards for the touchdown. Incredible catch and run there. They could not keep up with Taumapeu. Takes the direct snap, takes off down the sideline. 50 yards later, he scores the touchdown. Westlake, however, would get it back. Drayson Afuvai takes off, takes it in from 5 yards out. Westlake in control. Copper Hill's trying to hang in there. Bowles lobs it up for Logan Back, comes down with it, but not enough. Final score, 41-26. Taumapeo had 3 rushing touchdowns, and they will play Corner Canyon next week.
Good luck with that. In 5A first-round playoffs, East High hosting Skyline. The Leopards defense doing their thing in the first half. Anthony Salazar's pass picked off by Will Frederick. Nice return for East, but they can't do anything with it. Skyline gets the ball back, and this time the snap flies way over the head of Salazar. Kalani Palais pounces on it for the Leopards, and this time they do capitalize. Benji Tukuafu finds a big hole up the middle, rumbles 32 yards for the touchdown. It is 6-0 East, and they were just getting started. Second quarter, 4th and 8 for the Leopards. They go for it. Quarterback Timmy Tao. It's Marcus Lorcher over the middle. Great catch for a first down. That sets up Nasio Otakulo coming right at you. Takes a big hit. Boom! That's a touchdown. And East cruises. The final score, 39-0. Lorcher had 3 total touchdowns. They'll get Viewmont next.
Dana, Mike Springville Red Devils open up the playoffs at home against Highline tonight.
Good for you,
trailing 7-0 in the second half. They give the ball to Laciate Valetti. He breaks a big run. That would set up a field goal. That made it 7-3. And that worked so well, they decided to do it again. Valetti with another big run. The Red Devils driving again. This kid's got some wheels. Later, they would take the lead when quarterback Easton Levitt goes to the air, and Reed Deedy makes the grab in the end zone. 39-yard scoring strike. Springville out in front. Woo! They would add to that lead. Valetti takes the direct snap out of the shotgun. He takes it in for the score, and the Red Devils win. The Red Devils win the final 24-7. Easton Levitt with a couple of touchdown passes. They now have to face Timpview. That's a tough test for Springville next week.
Congrats to Springville Nation. Woods Cross taking on Cedar Valley in another 5A first-round game. This was a tale of 2 halves. First half, all Aviators. Landon Johnson to Aiden Laws down inside the 10. That set up a field goal for Cedar Valley. The Aviators defense pitching a shutout in the first half. Jesse Simmons' pass picked off by Brady Zabriskie. Takes it back deep into Wildcats territory. The Woods Cross defense needs a play, and they get one from Cannon Stevenson. Shot out of a cannon. Big tackle for loss right there, but the Aviators come right back. Johnson lofts it up for Bridger Dastrup. Hauls it in for the touchdown. Cedar Valley was up 13-0 at the half, but it was all Wildcats in the second half. The final score, 35-27, 35 second half points from Woods Cross. They'll get Olympus next week.
West High hoping to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. The Panthers hosting Taylorsville, and the Panthers dominated at home. Quarterback Isaiah Holly finds wide open Lewis Hamilton. Touchdown. Those two had quite the little first quarter. Later, they connect on this 40-yard scoring pass. Hamilton with the nice moves. Nice job, Hamilton. It gets to the end zone, and then before the first quarter was over, they get a third touchdown pass. 24 yards out. It was 20-0. And the West defense was also doing its thing. Taylorsville's pass is tipped right here. tipped again and finally brought down by Nofo Afuka. He takes it 22 yards for the touchdown, the lineman's dream. And even the special teams for West got on the board. Chachi Pon on the punt return takes this one all the way, 55 yards. He returns it to the house. It was 40-0 at the half, and it ended up 68-14. Isaiah Hawley with 7 touchdown passes. They will take on the Orem Golden Tigers next week. It's time now to bring in the third member of our Beehive Blitz team, Mr. Playoff himself, Jordan Tracy.
JT, we sent you all the way up north for some playoff action, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Weber County. I got to see a great matchup between the Bonneville High Lakers and the Alta Hawks, two very similar teams in the regular season, but throw it all away, it is playoff time. First quarter, Hawks driving, handoff goes to Nolan Lonis, who makes the cut to free himself in the first down. A few plays later, Tucker Brown hits Evan Morton on a quick in route for the score's 7-0 lead. Lakers next drive methodical through the air. Fourth down here as Cole Luders rolls and says he down there somewhere. Brody Willis definitely was and hauls it in for the score. You can't hear him, but he's shouting out his QB there. That's love. That's true love.
Like it.
Next drive for the Hawks, and check this run out by Lonis. Makes a cut, and he's off to the races. Finds some blockers in the sideline, and then boing! Hurdles a defender, but taken down into Laker territory. The drive ends with his field goal. Jack McAllister. It's good for the early 10-7 lead. Alta goes on to win this one. Final score 38-22. They'll go bountiful in the second round next week. Moving on now, more 5A first round action. Northridge up 28-0 over Hunter in the second quarter. Final seconds of the half, Isi Maunga'afi buying time, throwing up a prayer, and it is answered. Amaran from Nua reaches for the goal line. Is he in? Yes, he is. And Hunter gets on the board 28-7. Momentum with the Wolverines to start the third as Maunga'afi has it pass tipped into the hands of Connor Anderson. He's off. He sees Dana Greengrass in front of him. But Taven Norvang in hot pursuit gets the shoestring tackle. Drive ends with Isaac Fonua punching it in for a 2-score game now. The Knights have to snuff out this momentum. Trey Nye, the passing guy, gets it to Makai So'o, who cuts for the sideline. The first down, almost more, but he steps out. Dante Dyson extends their lead to 35-14 to start the fourth quarter. And Northridge goes on to win this one as the Knights celebrate. Final score 35-21. Trey Nye with 2 passing touchdowns for the Knights. Northridge will take on Maple Mountain next.
We still got 4 more rounds of playoffs. Are you
Make
ready?
it 7.
Are
Make
you
it
ready?
Let's go. 8, 10. Why not?
Hey, we're just getting
I gotta
started
take a nap.
in our
I need some
first
soup.
round playoff coverage of the Beehive Blitz.
Yeah, we've got 4A, 3A, and 2A action to show you, including Salem Hills and Tooele. Stick around. More Playoff Blitz.